I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey. Man, oh man, got a radio show. Got a good one for you today. And it just happened to me. You know, I was going through something that I've been going through for a long, long time. And I was just weary of it all. And I've been talking to God about it. And I mean, for years, though. What happened was I had to go through some more of it yesterday. Again, situation. But you know what? After it was over, I kind of laid in it for a little while. You know how you've been going through something for so long, and then even if it's over or appears to be over, you still kind of lay in it a little bit. And you have a wow, man, I can't believe I've been dealing with this long. Even though it's over. I don't know how you do it, but this was so good for me. Have you ever counted, Steve Harvey, how many times you made it? And so that's what I started doing yesterday. And that's what I did this morning when I woke up. I was actually taking an inventory, a count of how many times I made it. How many times, man, I didn't have the rent and somehow I came up with it. How many times I didn't have my house payment and somehow I came up with it. How many times I was out of money, did not have enough, didn't see no way, but somehow I came up with it. How many times I got sick, thought, well, man, this one right here, I don't know what I'm going to do, but somehow I got my health back. How many situations I have found myself in that was, I thought at the time, detrimental and diabolical and, man, so sinister at times. Somehow I made it. I look at all the accidents I've been in, but he kept me. I made it. I think about even the simplest times of like stepping off a curb and almost got hit, but I made it. I was just tripping the other day. I was thinking about the times that I've been hit by a car and it could have been worse, but it wasn't. And I made it through that too. I was thinking about, man, when they count you out. Do you know how many times I've been counted out? He's done. He ain't gonna be nothing. He ain't nobody. See what I told y'all, look at over there. They cancel this. He offered that. He out of here. He ain't gonna make it. He done got fired. Man, you know how many times I've been counted out. You know how many times they done wrote me off. How many times have you been written off, man? But here you still stand. You ever tripped on it? Take an inventory, y'all, of how many times. Count the times you've made it. What about the times, man, when nobody was there to encourage you? But you still here, though. You ever tripped on that? Ain't nobody called you and told you good day. Nobody called you and told you recently thank you. No one's called you and told you how much you meant to them, how much you've done for them. A man, you can make it, never give up. Keep your head up, man. Keep grinding, but you still here. Even when nobody, have you counted the times, man, that you made it anyway? Have you counted the times that you felt like quitting? You felt like giving up. You kept going. How about the time, this is a good one right here. How about the times, man, when everybody was standing around saying, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Man, I can't tell you how many times I've heard this. Ain't no way. And then somehow there is a way. You know why? Because he make a way. You understand? You know how many times I've heard this one right here? Steve, listen to me, man. Nobody ever before has done that. You can't do that. How many times you done heard? No, you know anybody done that? You can't do that. No one has ever done that. I made it anyway. You know, they don't normally, or we don't normally allow this, but in this case, for you, we gonna make an exception. How many times have you heard that? Uh-oh, I think I'm on to something. How many times have you heard in your lifetime, we don't normally, or they don't normally allow this, but we gonna make this exception in your case? How many times you done heard that? Have you ever counted the times that you made it? Everybody out except me. How can that be? You know, you're the only one that got through this. Congratulations. Wow, man, I don't hardly see this too many times, but do you realize that normally this is what happened to people, but Man, y'all, I don't know how your name came up, but here you are. Wow. It never happens like that. You ever counted those times? I was doing it yesterday. I was doing it this morning. I was just taking an inventory, everybody, of how many times I've made it. So what I learned yesterday was when God gets you through something, when he pull you out on the other side, no matter how difficult or how long it took, when he gets you out on the other side, why don't you get up, dust yourself off, and start trotting? What you laying there for, man? Wallowing in it, going over it, recycling it in your mind. So many people can't move forward because we keep recycling stuff in our mind when clearly it's time to move on. It's time to let go. It's time to go and see what God has for you. Stop looking at what you lost. What you lost was probably not yours to have in the first place. Do you know the things I've lost? Now, I'm not talking about losing a loved one, a mother, or father, nothing like that. I'm talking about innate objects or situations. Do you know the things I've lost, man? I look back on it. I wasn't supposed to have them in the first place. Or they was doing me no good. It wasn't mine to lose, but I claimed I lost it. Come on, man. Take an inventory, everybody. Start looking at the things, man, that God has brought you through. Start looking at how many times he allowed you to make it. And get glad about waking up in the morning, man. Get glad about your life. Start feeling something positive about your situation. You cannot expect God to continue to bless you if you're not grateful for the things that you have. Why would God, sitting down here looking at you, upset, angry, laying in the wallow of what you are not grateful for? You just can't seem to find no gratitude in your heart about nothing. But you steady asking God for something. So now you think God is crazy? You think he gonna give you some more stuff to not be grateful for? Are you kidding me? Why would he do that? He's too full of too much mercy to send you through that over and over and over. The more I give my child, the more ungrateful they are, the less gratitude they show. But I'm going to keep dumping it on them so they can keep feeling ungrateful and show lack of gratitude. God's not going to do that to you. Come on, man. Have you ever counted how many times you made it? I can't count how many times God done got me through something. But when he gets you through it, man, get up and get on about your business. Don't lay there in it. It's over. It's done. You made it. You survived it. Let's go. Let's go.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hey, everybody. We know there are a ton of podcasts out there. Well, we have one we would love for you to check out. It is called the Pen Pals Podcast with Daniel Van Kirk and Rory Scovel. We are both stand-up comedians. We're actors. We're writers. But now, most of all, we are your pen pals.
Every single episode, we get 2 letters that we read from our listeners, our new pen pals. It can be about anything going on in their life. And sometimes we're also joined by guests like Will Ferrell.
I'm going to bring you up in front of the group, and I'm going to punch you as hard as I can in the stomach.
Rose Byrne.
This is West Hollywood. We keep it clean.
Judd Apatow.
If you use like Beats by Dre, is that considered handyman work?
Conan O'Brien.
I'm just showing you that my mind is quick, if not that funny.
And Mandy Moore.
We're all crossing the line together.
Listen to the Pen Pals Podcast on Will Ferrell's Big Money Players Network, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sincerely, your new pen pals, Daniel Van Kirk
and Rory Scovel.
Ladies, gentlemen, let me have your undivided attention, please. It is now time to commence with the baddest radio show on earth. In the free world, all communist countries included, and anybody that practices any form of ignorance in their country, including United States. Welcome to the Steve Harvey Morning Show, Shirley Strawberry.
Good morning. Happy Friday, Steve.
Carla Farrell.
Good morning. What's up, crew? It's Friday.
J. Anthony Brown.
What's up, Steve Harvey? Watch out there now.
Nephew Tommy.
Friday morning, Uncle Steve. Let's get it, baby.
Let's do it.
Get it.
Well,
Get it.
Jay.
Yeah.
I understand you have some interesting questions that you'd like to propose early on, and maybe throughout the show if it's good enough.
Okay, here we go. Real quick. You're going to go with One's Got to Go. One has got to go, everybody.
That's the name of the bit. One's got to go.
One has got to go. Name of the bit is One Got.
Okay.
Tina Marie, Whitney Houston, Sade, Anita Baker. One has
Tina Marie.
Tina Marie.
Whoa. Tina Marie. Just
Marie.
And I'm
right
talking square biz to you.
Yeah.
I love Tina Marie too, but in that quartet right there.
Yeah. Whitney is not going anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Neither is Sade.
No. You can't touch Anita Baker.
Yeah. All right. Give you one more. Al Green.
Oh, God. Geez.
Hell no.
Donny Hathaway.
Okay.
Luther Vandross.
Hell no.
I'm not finished.
I'm telling you who ain't going.
Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye.
What dog?
Which one?
Oh, wait, name them again. Al Green, Donny Hathaway, Luther, and Marvin.
Yes.
Now, I love all of them for various reasons, but let me explain it from the top down.
Okay.
Take Luther off all lists.
He's not going anywhere.
Greatest male vocalist ever lived.
So Luther's not going anywhere.
Luther not going nowhere. So
That
you got
leaves
Luther,
Al Green.
how?
He's not going anywhere.
And then who else? And Marvin.
Yes.
Definitely not. It's got to be Donnie.
It's got to be Donnie.
It's got to be Donnie. And that's my dude.
And no disrespect to Donnie. Donnie just don't have.
Many places.
That's the hardest one yet.
I'm going to give you one more.
Okay.
I made some bad.
Rice and gravy. Fried
hold
chicken.
up. Stop right there. Them two ain't going nowhere. Now go ahead. Go ahead, Jay.
Rice and gravy, fried chicken, cornbread, or collard greens. Which one? One got to go.
Collard greens for me.
The bread.
The bread.
Cornbread got I ain't giving the greens.
Ain't no more sopping.
The greens can go.
You done took out cornbread. Ain't no more sopping. Boy, you don't. Hey, man. Hey. Your ass is out the family.
Just like those collard greens. All right. Thank you, Jay. That was fun.
Keep it going, though.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, it is time to start the morning off with the nephew and run that prank back. What you got for us, Nav?
Shirley, it is PSC. PSC. That is prostate checker. Let's go, cat dog. PSC. Prostate checker.
Hello?
Hello, I'm trying to reach a Roger.
This is Roger.
Hi, my name is Greg. I'm a PSC. I got you on my schedule. I'm supposed to come by your house tomorrow morning at about 7:15. I just want to give you a call and give you a heads up and let you know we will be there about 7:15. From my understanding, you go to work at.
You say you're a who?
I'm a PSC, sir. I'll be there. I'll be there tomorrow. I got you on my schedule for Monday morning, and I'll be there at least about 7:15. From my understanding, you go to work at 7:30, and my procedure's only going to take a couple minutes. But I wanted to just kind of give a friendly call and let you know that I will be by there tomorrow morning.
What's a PSC? PFC? What you say? A PSC?
PSC, sir. PSC. I will be there tomorrow. I've been in business probably for the last, I guess, about 13, 14 years now.
What is PSC specialist? What you do?
Oh, I'm sorry, you're not familiar?
How you got me on the schedule? I ain't signed up for nothing.
Oh, I got you on my list here. I don't know who put you on here, but it's been paid for and everything for me to come by and do my job. And like I said, it'll only take me a couple minutes, and I'll have you on your way.
How you get my number?
Say again?
How did you get my phone number?
Sir, everything I have, I got 20 stops tomorrow, and I got you scheduled as my first stop tomorrow morning. I don't know. I got your phone number. I do have your address. Are you at Drive?
Yeah, that's my address, but I'm not scheduled for nobody to come to my house in the morning. I got to go to work in the morning. I'm not going to be here.
Right. My understanding, from my understanding, you pull out about 7:30, and I'm going to get there at 7:15. Like I said, the procedure only takes about 2-3 minutes, and I'll be on my way.
Who told you about all my information? You know, when I leave home and everything, who is this?
Like I say, my name is Greg. I'm a PSC, and I'll be there.
Okay, you said that already.
You'll see me tomorrow. I'm sorry. I just wanted to give you a friendly call here on Sunday and let you know that I'll be there. I'll be there about 7:15, and we'll get you taken care of, and then I'll let you get on your way to work.
You still ain't telling me what you supposed to be doing.
Sir, a PSC is PSC. I'm a prostate checker. And what I'll be doing is coming in and checking your prostate tomorrow.
Oh, hell no. You ain't coming here to check my prostate. I get my prostate checked by my doctor. Who are you talking about coming to check my prostate? Not at my house. You ain't coming to check my prostate.
And you know what? I get this all the time. I get a lot of people that are in denial, a lot of men that claim that they've
my
got
prostate is fine. I had my prostate checked just at the beginning of this year, man. You don't need to come to my house checking my prostate.
Sir, a lot of men are in denial saying that they got it checked and they got it. And a lot of times we find out they haven't. And there has to be a reason. If I got you on my list and it's paid, somebody has paid $125 for me to come by there and check it.
Well, you should be happy you paid $125. This is the less job you have to do then, because you're not coming to check my prostate.
Sir, I'm going to check it. Now, I'm going to be by there tomorrow, and at 7:15, I'm putting my rubber glove on with a little bit of gel on it, and I am going to check your prostate, and then I'll let you get on to work.
Well, I tell you what, that rubber glove ain't going nowhere near me, homeboy. I tell you what, you bring your on over to my house if you want to. It ain't going to be pretty, and it ain't going to be nice with you in your rubber glove.
Sir,
somebody might have to stick a rubber glove up your when I'm done with you. Don't be coming about my house talking about checking my prostate.
Sir, do you realize that this is the leading cause of black men? Do you realize that?
I understand that, man.
All right,
they got
three out of five black men. 3 out of 5 black men are lost every year because of prostate cancer. So you ought to be very grateful that someone is sending me by there to check it and make sure you're okay.
I'm grateful that I can pay for a doctor that I go to every once a year, man. You don't have to come to my house talking about sticking no rubber glove up me, man. What's wrong with you?
Sir, I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with you. My job is to give you a friendly call and let you know that I'm coming. All right? Now, tomorrow morning, listen, I don't want to hear any more of it. Tomorrow morning, I'm there at 7:15, and you're going to get your prostate checked whether you like it or not.
Well, you bring your on by here then. I sure be here. You bring your bad think you bad enough to come over here and check my prostate. You bring your on.
I'm going to check it. So you just be ready at 7:15 that you're going to get your prostate checked.
Yeah, I'll be here.
I'll let you go on to work. Case closed.
You come on over here if you want to. You know my address and all what time I go to work and everything. You bring your bad on over here if you want to.
I don't care if I got to come over there, sir, and hold you down and check your prostate. I'm coming to check your prostate at 7:15 tomorrow morning.
Well, I tell you what, you bring your bad on over here. You think you know who I am, what I need over here. You come on over here and you do what you got to do.
I'm going to be over there tomorrow morning.
You put that rubber glove on, you're going to be checking something else besides me. You're going to be checking your own. You bring your on over here if you want to. See if I don't get you up out of here. Don't be coming to my house with that. Baby, you found somebody talking about I need a prostate check or something? Somebody on my phone talking about I need a prostate or something. You bring your, I tell you what, I'll be here when you get here. You bring your over here.
I will be there tomorrow at 7:15 in the morning with my glove on.
You better walk your over here. You better be wheeled away from this. You bring your if you want to.
I'm going to have my glove on tomorrow, and I'm going to be checking your prostate at 7:15 in the morning.
If you want to come out checking the prostate, you're going to be checking your own prostate, because I'm telling you what, I got something for you. You come over here. You bring your bad. You think you're bad enough to come over here and check something over here, you come on with it.
I got one more thing I need to say to you. Are you listening?
Then what the hell you got to say to me now? You told me some what's this you got to tell me now?
Are you listening to me?
Just bring your on over here. You're going to be here.
I'm going to be over there, but I got one more thing I want to say. Are you listening?
What you got to say to me, man?
This is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You just got pranked by your homeboy.
Who? Who are you? Who you say you was again?
Hey, man, this is Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show, man. Your homeboy got me to prank phone call you.
Hey, this is Chris Johnson versus Steve Harvey, man. Hey, Tommy, boy, man.
You all right, Roger?
Boy, y'all about to make me go out. I wonder who the hell gonna come out of somebody's house to do a prostate check, man, on a regular basis like that, man. Yeah, so got me, man. I'm gonna get him back, boy. I can't believe he do me like that. I'm gonna go over there and check his prostate. You know, I don't even think he get his checked on the regular. I want to have somebody come check mine.
Hey, man, I got one more thing to ask you, man. What is the baddest? I'm talking about the baddest radio show in the land.
Steve Harvey Morning Show, man. Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You're listening
to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now, ladies and gentlemen, to ask the CLO. The Chief Love Officer is Steve Harvey, and he is ready to go. This one from...
Clo.
Yeah, the Clo, CLO.
The Clo.
This one is from Khalil in Ohio. Khalil says, I'm 47 years old and I've been married for close to 6 years. I got a new job in a different state and we're staying in temporary housing until we find a house. My wife can work from home, so she was able to keep her job. Over the weekend, we planned to look at a few houses, and my wife told me that I should look at apartments because she was moving back to our old city. She said she missed her mom and her friends and her old life. I'm her husband and she should be with me. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, you're right about that, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she should be with you. But now let's deal with what's happening though. She moving back to her old city with her mama and her friend.
And her old life.
Key. You know,
that's key right there.
Kind of. Hey, let me just give her a suggestion. Don't start that. Let's go back to this old life business. Cause you know I had one too.
Oh.
You know, I don't know what you thought I was before I got married.
Well, they've been married for 6 years, Steve.
It's that 7-year itch.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
But see, she want to go back and leave you down there with that apartment. All right.
Careful now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be real careful.
Yeah.
Separation ain't good sometimes.
Once we put these beads in this house.
If you think you're lonely now.
Come on, Bobby.
Whoa, man.
Wait until tonight, girl. See, you got to be careful.
Yeah. All right.
Be in that apartment just playing all the old hits. Turn off the light.
So he's right in that she should want to be with him. Yeah, definitely, sir. Khalil. Jerica in DeSoto, Texas says, I'm 28 and I'm dating a man that has a 3-year-old daughter that is a brat. She was at my boyfriend's house recently and I cooked dinner for the 3 of us. It was baked chicken, sweet potatoes, and broccoli. This 3-year-old child announced that she wasn't eating my food because it looked nasty. She asked for chicken nuggets and her dad took her to get some. She stuck out her tongue at me before they left. I don't play with children, and she needs to know that. Can I discipline her myself, or should he? Lord Jesus.
Well, I mean, right now he should, but you know, it's not right to disrespect you. But now, on the other hand, there's some things you can do when ain't nobody around. Yeah. You know, I've done it to a lot of people's kids. You know.
Well, like what? What do you mean?
What you done, dog?
You know, just right in their ear. This is what you do. Just put it right up against their ear and just say, don't get your ass whipped. You know, don't hit them, just say it.
She is a brat at 3? Wow.
Talking about she don't like your cooking and he went and got her some nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can we put a bunch of mustard on them nuggets when she turn her head? Can we load? What else can we do to just
Tabasco.
really throw her in?
Tabasco be really nice.
Y'all so child. Y'all just as bad.
There you go.
Like put it right up under the skin. You know, some little space between the nugget and the skin. Like get a little needle and just put a little Tabasco in each one.
Yeah, that'll work.
These hot, daddy, that's cause they fresh.
Yeah.
Elaine in Detroit says, I've been a widow for 2 years and I have a 37-year-old son that comes by once a week to have coffee with me. Well, I didn't take that into consideration when I had a little too much wine with my new boyfriend and he ended up spending the night with me. My son popped up at my house for coffee early the next morning and I was still in bed with my boyfriend. My son got angry and told the man to leave. I told him he didn't have to leave. My son said it's too soon for me to date. How soon is too soon? I mean,
well, obviously it ain't too soon.
Right.
Because you was in there naked.
It's been 2 years.
It's been how long?
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. That's it, dog. It's just too soon for you. Your mama ready. She in there, clothes off, everything.
Mama getting it.
Mama ready. It's 2 years. 2 years is enough time, though.
Mama ain't thinking about you.
2 years. 2 years new boyfriend. I mean, man, sorry you lost your father. I mean, but life goes on, man. Man, you should be happy for your mother. I know you're not, but I wouldn't be either. I'd put his ass out too, tell you the truth.
You would have,
lie to you. Yeah, hell yeah, you gonna get up out of here, dog. My daddy?
You leaving here naked.
Wow. I remember when at Tommy's dad's funeral, he said exactly that, telling men that were in the audience not to come around his mom.
Don't come around my mama's house. I don't want to hear nothing about that. When my daddy fix your lawnmower, if you ain't got your lawnmower back, guess what? That's over. You don't get that lawnmower.
It's our lawnmower.
Don't come around my mama's house acting like you looking for a lawnmower. I know what the hell you're looking for. So let me tell you right now, it's a wrap.
It's not happening. All right, CLO. We're moving on. This one's from Anonymous in Georgia. Anonymous says, I'm in my mid-30s and recently divorced. I got to keep the house and he gets to pay the mortgage. There's one big problem, though. His mother lives in the basement in the studio apartment we built for her 3 years ago. She's not willing to move out, so the judge said she could keep the apartment in my basement. I don't want her down there, period. What if I sold the house to get rid of her? Would that be too low down?
I mean, you could sell the house if you got it, but he paying the mortgage. I mean, look, y'all got a divorce.
So you keep the house, but you got to keep mama too, because mama in the basement.
In the apartment.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm stomped on that. I know you don't want her in there, but the judge say she can stay. So, all you can do is make it rough to be down there.
Cut the water off. Cut the power.
Or you can just get a leak right up above the flow.
We gotta go, CLO. Thank you for your advice as always. You're listening
to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hey, everybody. We know there are a ton of podcasts out there. Well, we have one we would love for you to check out. It is called the Pen Pals Podcast with Daniel Van Kirk and Rory Scovel. We are both stand-up comedians. We're actors. We're writers. But now, most of all, we are your pen pals.
Every single episode, we get 2 letters that we read from our listeners, our new pen pals. It can be about anything going on in their life. And sometimes we're also joined by guests like Will Ferrell.
I'm going to bring you up in front of the group and I'm going to punch you as hard as I can in the stomach.
Rose Byrne.
This is West Hollywood. We keep it clean.
Judd Apatow.
If you use like Beats by Dre, is that considered handyman work?
Conan O'Brien.
I'm just showing you that my mind is quick, if not that funny.
And Mandy Moore.
We're all crossing the line together.
Listen to the Pen Pals Podcast on Will Ferrell's Big Money Players Network, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sincerely, your new pen pals, Daniel Van Kirk
and Rory Scovel.
On the best podcast ever with Raven and Miranda, you'll hear, well, the best podcast ever. Join Raven Simone and her partner Miranda Mayday as they let the Wheel of Words determine the topic of that week's show.
Every episode will spin a wheel of random words from things like animosity to something like zodiac, and whatever it lands on, that's what we're going to talk about for around an hour.
Think we can't do it? Well, then you've never heard us talk.
Each week, Raven and Miranda and celebrity guests like Demi Lovato, Keke Palmer, and Meghan Trainor will spin the fateful wheel, and then the conversation will begin.
Also, we're going to have a ton of amazing guests because you don't want to just hear us two all the time, do you? Yes, you do. And somehow we're going to start with something like Spider and end with, well, when was your last nervous breakdown?
Listen to the best podcast ever with Raven and Miranda on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, it's time for something funny
It is time for something funny.
What you got, Jay?
I got something, a list. We all got some. Just let you know right away when it ain't none of your damn business.
Yeah.
You might see it.
Yeah.
But it ain't
But it ain't your business.
Let it go.
Let it go.
What you keep looking
you
for?
know what you see, but it ain't your business. For instance.
Now, Shirley,
you
are going to have to do some of these. Now, we have
'Cause I know
written
you
some
like
out
to get in
for
business.
you because you're not good at this. You don't like this because you bullshit. But listen to me,
But this
Shirley,
is real black
and I
life.
want you to read them. This is really going on in people's lives. I want you to read at least 2 of these
All of you are.
and read it like you mean it. Let's start off with you, fool.
Here we go. All right, here we go. Number 1, this ain't none of your business. You see it. If you see somebody throwing a large rug rolled up,
Okay.
and it's got feet hanging out,
Yeah.
that ain't your
That ain't your damn business.
That's your business.
No, it's not.
No, that ain't your business.
You better tell somebody.
Shirley, that ain't your damn
Oh, my
business.
God.
And speak when you walk by.
How you doing, feet?
Hello.
Junior?
I'll tell you what, this is real. When you at a restaurant and you see somebody in the back having a problem with the food, and somebody holler out, "What the hell did I just say?" Damn it, keep eating. Don't look up.
That ain't your business.
That ain't none of your business.
No.
You better call somebody.
That is not your
Nah, he
business.
finna get into it.
Something can happen.
If it do,
No. Tommy, you got one?
Oh, man.
I'll tell you what, if you at the restaurant and see a cow pass through the back and 2 chickens fly through, that really ain't none of your
That ain't your business.
damn business.
Just order what you gonna order. And you know, Shirley, come on, try it. Shirley, read one of these
Just
and
pick
mean it,
one.
Shirley.
Just pick one, Shirley.
Okay. If you see your neighbor's kids, if they steal a car or something, and it's not yours,
That's your business. That is not
That
your
ain't your damn
That
business.
ain't your
Ain't got nothing to do with
That's
you.
not your
Ain't
car.
got nothing to do.
my neighbors.
It don't matter, Shirley.
I
It
know
don't
them.
matter. It don't
they make
matter.
your kids straight.
If you see somebody
Dang.
with something on their nose and it look like baking soda, that ain't your damn business.
That ain't
got nothing to do with you.
Just talk real fast and keep moving.
Oh my God, you're not going to tell anyone?
No. Yeah. Go ahead, Shirley.
Oh,
Go ahead.
God.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. All right. If you see someone open the exit door, okay, you're at the movies and they let 9 people in the theater.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
No, that's
You're
your business.
saying that's
That
not
ain't your
your
damn
business.
business.
That is
That
not
ain't
your
your
business.
damn
business.
You in your seat?
They ain't asked you to get up.
Yeah. Movie starting.
The movie's
Okay, look
losing
here.
money.
You got one? You got
Look
one?
here. If you hanging out with some white folks at the park and they hear something and walk through the woods, let me tell you something. That ain't got nothing to do with you. That ain't none of your
Pay your
damn
ass in
business.
the woods.
Don't you go in there.
Now that I agree with.
Don't you go in there.
All right,
We heard
all right,
something.
Let me have one. All right, your homeboy. Y'all been boys for years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tight. Y'all tight. You just hang out tight. All of a sudden, you see him hanging out, hugged up with another dude. That ain't your damn
Ain't none of your
business.
business.
That ain't your business, man. You walk
Right,
off.
you ain't
like
see it.
You ain't seen none of that.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. You ain't your business.
Don't say anything.
No.
All right, Jay, well, what about this then? If you see someone at the drive-thru, take the money and put it in his pocket. That ain't none of your damn business. You was
As
just,
long as you get your food.
you just get your food.
You got to call the police.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Oh, my God.
You drive off from that window. You don't know what he going through. With that.
You don't know what's happening.
No, that ain't your business.
Right.
That ain't your business. That ain't your business at all, man. No.
If you in line at the amusement park,
Right.
Okay, yeah.
and somebody cut the line behind you,
Yeah.
that ain't your damn business. Come up here in front of me,
It's your business.
but you see him cut right there like they right behind you. That ain't your damn business.
Right to cut the line.
your
That's, that's not right, you
It's
guys.
not your business, man.
Let me tell you
You
something.
got one?
If you with your wife and see your girlfriend with another man, that really ain't your damn business.
That's not
you
your
got to
business.
keep your mouth
No,
shut. You got
that ain't your
can't
business.
say nothing about this.
You shouldn't say nothing
You're
about
not
it.
going to say anything?
Not a thing. Nuh-uh.
Not now.
I wouldn't bring it up.
No.
You're not gonna
Would
look?
be a good time.
Side-eye her? Nothing?
You're in the grocery store. You see somebody go over to the grapes, and they eat about say 4 handfuls of grapes.
A pound.
A pound.
They eat a complete.
Oh, that's wrong.
They eat a pound of grapes.
Yeah.
They just sit there eating grapes.
Jay,
That ain't none of your damn business.
How is that your
Wrong,
business?
Jay.
How is
That's
that
stealing.
That is not
Nah, that's not stealing. That's great. How about this, Jay?
What you got?
You at the bank, and you at the window, and the man next to you at the window. If you see him slide the note to the teller, hey, that ain't none of your damn business.
right.
Hey, give me my 20s I asked for, and let me go get out the door.
And get him out of here.
Okay,
Yes,
all right.
yes.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that
All
ain't
right, you in the coffee place, right? You're sitting there, and you see somebody get a handful of them sugars. Just a handful. 2 in each hand. 2 handfuls. The packs. Put them in their pocket. That ain't your business. How's that bother you?
It don't bother you.
I'm diabetic anyway. I ain't supposed to have that much.
That's too many sugars.
That's not your business.
Too much.
If you in the gym
Yeah.
and you see somebody working out with a trainer, and the trainer tell them to do 15 reps, and he walk off, and they don't do but 6,
No, I gotta tell.
that ain't your damn business.
That ain't your
No,
business.
that's not
Stay out there.
honest.
It ain't got nothing to do
You are
with you.
being honest. All right, coming up more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this. You're listening
To the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, here we go. Time for Would You Rather. Would you rather jump rope naked
B.
or wear a helmet during sex?
B.
I'm gonna go B.
Put this helmet on. Strapping up.
That jump rope will wear you out, man. You just all over the place now.
And when you miss, naked, when you miss, you're gonna have wet marks on your leg. And I can't take the up and down. That's too much banging.
And when you get it caught up in that rope, that's tangle. That's entanglement. That's entanglement.
But I'm a faint though. Cause I can't slam into my thighs 10 times and still be conscious. I can't do it.
No way in the world.
There's
I'm
just
a
no
faint.
way.
There's gonna be some short rope jumping. Steve
Putting his
fell.
helmet
Steve
on.
ain't fell. Steve unconscious.
Putting his helmet on. It's gonna look like I'm going bike riding, but I'm not.
All right. Would you rather wink at every woman you see or bark at every woman you see? So what are we doing? Are we winking or are we barking?
Whatever
No,
you
you
like
like
watching.
You're gonna wear your eyes out winking. That's just you're gonna be asleep
So
after a while.
just barking?
Yeah, just I'm
I'm
barking.
winking. I'm gonna tell you right now, that barking gonna get on your nerves. Hello. It's gonna get on your nerves. All that barking gets on your nerves. I've been around the bros before and just went, man, I got to go home. This is too much.
Too much.
Damn, but I can't do it no more. Dog team. Yeah, man.
You don't bark no more.
Then you got the new young bros, you know who they are. Yeah, okay. You got them old bros that make you give it to them.
So you guys want to wink. Would you rather bathe in pickle juice or would you rather bathe in warm hot dog water?
Yeah.
That pickle juice can't get up in there. No,
that pickle juice gonna create a problem. That pickle juice can't touch now one of them openings, fellas.
Yeah.
No.
I'm saying.
But hot dog water can?
Hot dog water.
It's just warm water.
Yeah, ain't no vinegar in that. I want that hot dog water.
Yeah. My brothers, let me tell you what my brothers used to do. They was some honorary ass dudes. They would eat all the hot dogs and pour the hot water juice in a bowl with some crackers and tell them that was soup.
You did that to me. Don't be talking about nobody else. You did
Well,
that.
I had to learn it from somewhere. I thought it was a good thing to pass on.
Family tradition.
You know how many times I ate that thinking I had some damn soup? I really did. I swear for years.
I told him
today's round of Would You Rather,
broth.
guys. You're listening
To the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
it's time for Comedy Roulette with you guys.
Oh,
God.
Come on,
Okay, so,
what
is that, latest? So, Jay, what you got?
Here how it go. Here how we do this. We have to explain because we have new people every day. Give us 4 subjects. Here you go. Listen at it. Listen at it.
Quiet, Steve.
You have to explain, Steve.
Listen to everything they tell you.
We get new people every day.
Come on, Jay.
All right.
Yes, we
take
do.
4.
Thank you, Jay.
Steve.
Espresso has worn off.
We
Give us 4 subjects, that not being one of them. Put them on the wheel, spun the wheel, where it stopped, we'll do the damn.
All right, let's go. Comedy Roulette. Number 1. You just blank, but I'm not supposed to laugh. Number 2. Keep on eating stuff in the fridge that don't got your name on it and see what happens to you. Okay?
I've heard that.
Number 3. Blank is a bad white boy or white girl.
Oh, yeah.
And number 4, he picked on the wrong person this time. He picked on the wrong person this time. All right, Kat.
Okay. Spun it.
I like all of those.
They're all good.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
What's it gonna be?
Keep eating my stuff in the fridge. Oh! It stopped on you just blank, but I'm not supposed to laugh.
Okay, cool. Hold on. Before you do that, I got to set rules.
Okay.
Come on. None of these jokes can be fart jokes.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
No, we ain't got that.
No problem.
So what is it again?
Believe you said that.
Okay.
You just blank.
I can't stand fart.
I know. You just blank, but I'm not supposed to laugh.
Okay. I told you before you started to cut the power off before you changed that socket, but you didn't. And it knocked your behind clean across the room. But I ain't supposed to laugh. Okay.
I tell you what. You told him.
You told him.
What did I tell you, man? What did I tell you? I told you that was not apple juice. You drunk it anyway. You drunk. That was prune juice. But now see, the bathroom, somebody in it. But see, now I'm not supposed to laugh. See, you know what prune juice do?
Wow.
I just told you I ain't finished putting the screws in that treadmill. Now, you done just jumped your ass up on there and started running, and I ain't supposed to laugh.
Okay,
You get shot off of there.
I told you, walking by them people's house every day, teasing that dog, one day, he gonna get out and wear your behind out. He just did. You got dog bites all over your body, but I ain't supposed to laugh.
Yeah.
Okay?
Nah. You allergic to shrimp.
Oh, yeah.
I look up, you done already bit into the gumbo. Now your ass is just swelling up before my face. And I'm not supposed to laugh. I told you they put shrimp in there.
It's a rough room, boy. You comedians.
What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you?
What?
I told you. I know it was April Fool's, but I told you. I said that. What I said? I said your wife is at the club. Go somewhere else. Why you show up with your number 2 at the club? Why you do that, though? Come on, dog. I know it's April Fool, but I wasn't playing with you. You expect me not to laugh at that? I'm just saying.
Playing Comedy Roulette. Let's go.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Pay attention.
I told you. You heard me say it. I told you not to buy that used Maserati.
Oh, it's gotten personal, has it?
I told your ass not to go down there talking to Donald Trump. Didn't I tell you
that? Coming up, more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
'Cause 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 'cause
Coming up at the top of the hour, right about 4 minutes after, it's my strawberry letter for today. The subject, how large is too large? We'll get into that in just a few minutes. But right now, the nephew is here with today's prank phone call. What do you have for us today, nephew?
It happens to us quite often, Shirley. Carla, it happens. The title today is, He Left His Drawers. He left his drawers. Okay, it has happened on so many different occasions. I think it's happened for all of us, whether you have found somebody's drawers that they left at the house, or you are the person that left the drawers. All right, he left his drawers. Cat dog, if you would.
Hello. Yes, Mr. Yes. Hey, this is the doorman, Mark, of your building. Okay. I have a Mr. in here who is trying to get buzzed up to your unit. Are you at home right now, sir? No, sir, I'm not. A who? Yeah, a Mr. What did you say? I'm sorry. What did you say again? Mr. And he wants to be buzzed up. Supposedly, he left some articles in the room or in your unit a couple days ago. I was out of town a couple of days ago. What day are we talking about? So what days was you actually in? He said Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. He was there all 3 days? You guys let him into my apartment for 3 days? He was in my place for 3 days? Mr. We don't let anybody in unless someone in the unit allows them to be buzzed up. That's the rules here of the building. So we definitely didn't do anything out of character. So who let him in? Who buzzed him in then? Sir, I hate to say it, but I'm assuming your wife must have buzzed him up. You mean my wife was not there 3 days ago? She was on a business trip. She was not at the apartment 3 days ago. No, sir, your wife was here. I've actually seen your wife come in and out. Okay, the dude is there right now. He's downstairs. He's here right now with me, sir. What did he leave in my place? Okay, 1 second, Mr. Hang on. What did you actually leave in Mr. part? Pair of pants, underwear, and what else? He says he left a pair of pants, some underwear, and a toothbrush, sir. Mr. Hill, he's there right now. Let me talk to him. Put him on the phone. Let me talk to him. You know what, Mr. Right now, we're listening to you, and I rate the way you sound. I don't want to put this guy on the phone. Mark, if you want to keep your job at the building, you go put him on the phone now. This is sir. Mr. He's actually leaving out of the building now. He's no. What the did you let him leave? He's walking. I don't know. I asked you to put him on the phone. What is your problem? You got video surveillance, right? You got video footage of everybody that comes in and out of the building, right? Yes, sir. But you know, if nothing occurs, I think we should have footage that goes back at least 2 weeks. So we should be able to pull some things up for you, sir. Yeah, I'm going to need you to get that, and I need it sent over to me right now. I'm at my work email. I need it today. Because this is some y'all let some my apartment, and this is some hang on, Mr. Like, what kind of nincompoop are you? What kind of imbecile are you? Hey, sir, Mr. Hang on a second. What? All right, well, please hear me out, sir. Hear me out. We haven't just let someone in. Someone in your unit buzzed someone up. We didn't just let anyone up. Now, I know you don't want to hear it, but I'm assuming your wife buzzed this guy just up. We didn't do that. You shut up and get me what I asked you for, and then we're done, okay? Well, you know, you're saying I have a problem. Maybe you have a problem pleasing your wife, and that's why she's buzzing other people up. You go to talking to me like that, you punk. Sir, you're respectful to me as well, sir. No. The disrespectful is you coming and letting people come up in my building that you know is not. I haven't let anybody up here. I can't stop your wife from doing what she's doing. You let somebody in my building, you're taking out on me what you should be saying to your wife. Somebody that's got to dress up all the time and always buzzing somebody up to the room when you're gone. That's what you need to be concerned about. Doorman, Mr. You know what? I'm the only around here busting my take care of down there. I'm over here working right now to pay for that so that your got a job. Well, you might be handling your for there, but evidently you're not handling your business at home. That's why she keep buzzing people up, sir. You know what? Well, the business I'm gonna handle when I get home today is your mother. Well, Mr. Doorman. Mr. Doorman. Your wife has been, hey, sir, you're going to quit calling me the doorman, okay?
You are the doorman. What's your mother position? Huh? What the you do for a living?
I'm a doorman.
Doors. And thank you, Mr. Doorman. Matter of fact, I'm going to stop calling you Mr. Doorman because that's giving you too much respect.
Okay. If you stop Tommy from going up to your room, you'll be fine.
Who the Tommy?
Nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Your wife got me to prank phone call you.
Y'all crazy. Y'all about to get oh. You my job cussing. Oh, man, this is not cool, man. You don't know the that was going through my head. She was about to get it. Everybody was about to get it.
Hey, man, I gotta ask you, man. What is the baddest, and I mean the baddest, radio show in the land?
Man, gotta be the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
He left him, didn't he? Didn't he leave him? Won't he leave him?
Won't he will?
Won't he will? Coming up next on the 15th, I will be in Dothan, Alabama. That's right, Dothan, Alabama. And the tickets are on sale right now. And then, of course, on the 22nd of July, that's Saturday, it's the Conclave, baby. Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. We will be in the one and only Tampa, Florida. Did you hear what I said? Tampa, Florida. So the family outing on the Riverwalk. The nephew will be hosting along with the beautiful Deanne King. We will be hosting the family outing. We got step shows. We got music. We got fun. It's all going down. And laying in the cut is Nashville, Tennessee. 27, 28, 29. I think I'm up in there. 27, 28, 29, 30. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. Tickets on sale right now. That would be Zany's Comedy Club in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm on the run, baby. I'm on the run.
All right, nephew, catch him if you can. Coming up next, Strawberry Letter subject, how large? It's too large. We'll find out right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hey, everybody. We know there are a ton of podcasts out there. Well, we have one we would love for you to check out. It is called the Pen Pals Podcast with Daniel Van Kirk and Rory Scovel. We are both stand-up comedians. We're actors. We're writers. But now, most of all, we are your pen pals.
Every single episode, we get 2 letters that we read from our listeners, our new pen pals. It can be about anything going on in their life. And sometimes we're also joined by guests like Will Ferrell.
I'm going to bring you up in front of the group, and I'm going to punch you as hard as I can in the stomach.
Rose Byrne.
This is West Hollywood. We keep it clean.
Judd Apatow.
If you use like Beats by Dre, is that considered handyman work?
Conan O'Brien.
I'm just showing you that my mind is quick, if not that funny.
And Mandy Moore.
We're all crossing the line together.
Listen to the Pen Pals Podcast on Will Ferrell's Big Money Players Network, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sincerely, your new pen pals, Daniel Van Kirk
and Rory Scovel.
On the best podcast ever with Raven and Miranda, you'll hear, well, the best podcast ever. Join Raven Simone and her partner Miranda Mayday as they let the Wheel of Words determine the topic of that week's show.
Every episode will spin a wheel of random words from things like animosity to something like zodiac, and whatever it lands on, that's what we're going to talk about for around an hour.
Think we can't do it? Well, then you've never heard us talk.
Each week, Raven and Miranda and celebrity guests like Demi Lovato, Keke Palmer, and Meghan Trainor will spin the fateful wheel, and then the conversation will begin.
Also, we're going to have a ton of amazing guests because you don't want to just hear us two all the time, do you? Yes, you do. And somehow we're going to start with something like Spider and end with, well, when was your last nervous breakdown?
Listen to the best podcast ever with Raven and Miranda on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Time now for today's Strawberry Letter. And if you need advice on relationships, dating, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to SteveHarveyFM.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. Because what? We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now.
Buckle up. Hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the strawberry letter.
Subject, how large is too large? Dear Stephen Shirley, I am in a struggle right now and I need a little advice for a big problem. I have a male friend that I've known since first grade and we're almost 40 now. I'm divorced and dated a lot of men after my divorce. After one day recently, I had a revelation that my soulmate is someone I have known all my life. My good male friend and I hang out all of the time, but he's not who I had in mind if I were to date someone I've known a long time. He's a tall man, almost 6'5", with big hands and feet. He's not overweight, but he's massive in size compared to me. I'm petite and barely 5'3", so he towers over me. He's always well-groomed, but handsome, he is not! ! So, he and I met up after work for dinner with another male friend of ours. He paid my tab, as usual, and said all I owed him was a hug. He walked me to my car, and I got on my tiptoes, like I always do, to give him a hug. But this time, he kissed me. That was a first, and I must have had too much wine because I started kissing him back. He picked me up and sat me on my car, and we kissed for a good while. He didn't say a word afterwards. He took me down off my car and said goodnight. I was so turned on that I told him to follow me home. At my house, we kissed some more and then went to my bed. After a few minutes of us trying to have sex, we realized it wasn't going to work. This man is large and in charge in all areas. I was not ashamed because I've known him forever and we laughed for hours about it. He opened up and said he wants to date me, and I'm all for trying it because I do love him and I know he loves me. But is intimacy out of the question? I will need to try it before I get too serious with him. What should I do? Whew, okay. I understand your concern. This is certainly the opposite of some of the letters we get, that's for sure. I'm sure many women would want to be in your shoes right now, but it's not about them. This is about you. First, I would tell you to talk to your doctor. Women are definitely built to carry children and to push babies out and all that, but it's always good to be sure about what's going on with your own body. And I think it was the wine that took over your body and you went too far a little bit in this one. And that maybe that's why, you were struggling and didn't fit. You were trying too hard. I think you need to be sober if you want to be into it with him and intimate with him. I say the next time you guys get together, maybe you should relax and let things happen organically. Don't try too hard. Don't think too hard. Don't try to force it, any of that. It's going to either fit or it won't. I mean, and that's how life is, I guess. But you got to take your time, relax, and not rush into this situation. And that's all I got, Steve.
Wow.
I tried to say it as gingerly as I
got
could.
it. Don't worry about it. Sometimes you can't be ginger, Shirley.
Yeah, I tried.
You have to give people help. Now, this lady's in a struggle right now. She's been knowing this man since they was in the first grade. Mm-hmm. They 40. She's divorced. She's dated several men. She had this revelation.
Yeah.
That her soulmate was somebody that she's known for a long time. Revelation, premonition, feeling, dream, whatever she had. Mm-hmm. Well, she got a good male friend to hang out all the time, and he's not who she had in mind. If I were to date someone, he's tall man, he's almost 6'5", with big hands and big feet. Now notice, this is why I come in at. Mm-hmm. I got big hands and I got big feet.
Okay.
I understand. You've noticed Tommy's very quiet. Normally he got something to say on these letters.
I'm quiet because it's the letter. Don't
I got it. Okay, well, I got the part where I'm gonna have you chime in, Tommy. Just sit tight. I found the part for you. I ain't got no part. He's not overweight and he's massive in size compared to me. Once again, this is not Tommy. Well, it's just he little, It's just short, This man's 6'5". We can't be talking about Tommy. Big hands. You seen his hands when you do some live remotes. Got little raccoon hands. I remember when Tommy was a baby, he couldn't even hold an apple. We
Go on with the letter.
I'm just saying, we had to cut the apple in slices. He's not overweight, but he's massive in size compared to me. Well, now I'm petite, 5'3". He's well groomed.
Yeah, which is a plus.
Now, he's always well groomed. She's barely 5'3". He towers over me. But handsome, he is not. Okay, right there, Tommy. Right there. You got something you want to say right there?
I'm handsome. I am handsome. I'm not gonna be ugly with you and Junior.
I didn't say you was, but this is the part. I told you it was a part in the letter where you could come in at.
He paused on time though.
So they met up after work for dinner.
All right, hold that thought, Steve.
And right after that, it started popping off. We'll be right back.
All right, we're going to have part 2 of Steve's response coming up in 23 minutes after the hour. Subject, how large is too large? We're going to go to break and get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter subject with you, which you seem to think is about Tommy.
No. Just let it ain't about Tommy. It's just a section in here.
Oh, which section is that?
We'll get to it.
Okay. How large is too large?
This woman is in a struggle right now. She got a big problem. She got a male friend she knows in first grade. They're 40 now. And she's divorced and she's dated a lot of men, but she had a recent premonition that her soulmate was somebody that she's known for a long time. Now, she got a good male friend. They hang out all the time, but that ain't somebody she thought it would be. He's tall, man, almost 6'5", big hands, big feet. This is not Tommy. 6'5", big hands, big feet. That ain't Tommy. He's not overweight, but he's massive in size to me. I'm petite.
But go ahead.
Barely 5. Well, she 5'3". That ain't hard to be bigger than her.
No, massive in size is what I'm talking.
I know, because she 5'3".
I'm not talking about.
Yeah, she 5'3". I'm gonna give you that, dog. We all right, but I got the line for you this whole time. He towers over me. He's always well groomed. Here we go, Tommy. But handsome, he is not. There you go. Any comments?
I'm not.
Feel free.
Ugly. I'm not ugly.
I got that. I understand that. That's called denial. Okay, let's move on with the letter. We met up for work for dinner, and another male friend of ours, he paid the tab, and he said all you owe him was a hug. He walked you to the car. I got on my tippy toes like I always do to give him a hug, but this time he kissed me. Now, here we go. This was the first. That was a first, and I must have had too much wine because I started kissing him back. And Shirley come talking about, it's the wine. No, it wasn't. It wasn't the wine. You wanted to. Wine and alcohol make you do exactly what you think. It removes reasoning.
Inhibition.
Another time. Tommy, got something you want to say right there? All right,
he's including you in it, Tommy.
In the sections.
I want to be in it.
Well, there's sections where you might can have something to say. All right, he picked me up and he set me on my car, and we kissed for a good little while. He didn't say a word afterwards. That ain't you, Tommy. You can't pick nobody and put him on the car.
I can pick her up. She's 5'3".
Boy, you know how high you had to have her over your head to get up on that car? Mess around and fall back and break your back. Don't try that. We told you. You had a G.I. Joe. We wouldn't even let you put that on the kitchen table. Watch, Tommy, watch. And we kissed for a good while. He didn't say a word after. He took me down off the car and said good night. Player move. Straight player move right there. I was so toned on, I told him to follow me home. Now, she ain't drank that much, Shirley, because she drove home. She know the way, so no. At my house, we kissed some more and then went to my bed. Because this is what you do. So you got him in the bed. After a few minutes of us trying to have sex, we realized it wasn't going to work. Now, let's put the brakes on. Trying? How you try to have sex?
I don't know about that.
They were trying.
This man is large and in charge in all areas. I'm not ashamed because I've known him for, and we laugh for hours about it. Well, he, hell. We ain't finna have sex. We don't have sex with. Nah, I'm golfing. The hell we laughing for now? I'm just asking.
Because they're friends and it didn't work, so they laughed it off.
He opened up and said he wants to date me, and I'm all for trying it because I do love him and I know he loves me. But is intimacy out of the question? My answer right off the bat is probably. But then I have other answers. I will need to try it before I get too serious with him. What should I do? Well, let's think about this. If you say you got to try it, I suggest that you practice. All this, we got to practice. We got to treat this sex like a marathon. You don't just go out there and run 26 and a half miles.
No, you don't.
No, you got to practice. First, you got to learn how to run a mile. You can't do the whole marathon.
Right.
Then you got to learn how to do 5 miles. You can't do the whole marathon. Then you got to do a 10K.
Yeah.
You can't do a whole marathon. Then you got to try to, then after you do 10K, then you got to try to do half a marathon. 13 miles. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
So since this man is large, we got to ease into this. We got to, and I know this. I've been through it.
I do too. I've been through it.
This is not your part, Tommy. It's not your part. You've been quiet up until now. You had your part. You still back there trying to put up on the car. I'm at the house second time trying to work out how we're going to do this. Now, you just got to, there's an old saying on how to become successful. And I'm going to share it with you, and this is all I'm going to say about this letter. Okay. I've given this advice to millions of people. Inch by inch, anything's a cinch.
Yeah.
Have
a happy life, enjoy yourself, work it out.
All right, thank you, Steve. Post your comments on today's Strawberry Letter.
You still back there trying to put up on that car.
And Steve Harvey FM on Instagram and Facebook. Check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. You're listening
to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
But I know y'all don't think y'all off the hook, ladies.
What? Repeat the question quickly.
One got to go is what we've been doing all day. One got to go. Ladies, Denzel Washington.
No.
Idris Elba.
No.
Them two.
Will Smith. The Rock. Ladies, one got to go. God.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to go with The Rock. I'm going to go with The Rock. Yeah. I'm going with The Rock. Will is just,
and Will been through enough.
He's been through a lot.
Well, you ain't gonna like my answer. You ain't gonna like my answer. Will got to go.
Will got to go. You know not to do this.
But
this
he's
close
so
to
understanding, though.
Exactly.
Too understanding.
Hey man, you ought to do one. You ought to do one for women too. The ladies put together a list and asked the fellas.
I want to do one.
Okay.
Okay.
Do one, Shirley. Do it, Shirley.
All right. Halle Berry.
That's over. So hell.
Meg the Stallion.
You can stop right there.
Kim Kardashian. And Jennifer Lopez.
Bye, Stallion. Bye. Bye, Stallion. Sorry about your foot. Bye.
Yeah, I love the Stallion.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Stallion simply because I don't really know her.
Yeah.
But Halle, J-Lo.
J-Lo. Kim Kardashian.
And Kim Kardashian? Yeah. I mean, I love the Stallion, but she got to ride off.
Let's pull the Stallion out and put Beyonce.
Why you got to pull the Stallion out?
Halle, Beyonce, who?
J-Lo.
Kim Kardashian. That was my list. And you substituted the Stallion.
Beyonce got to go.
What?
Beyonce got to go.
Are you serious?
First of all,
Must be
Beyonce got to go because Jay-Z going to show up. I know that. I know that.
And you don't want any entanglements, Jay.
I don't want any entanglements.
Jay, you just trying to stay with the least amount of problems.
Oh, is that
Just
what
trying
it
to,
is?
yeah, if you trying to stay out of a situation, you leave Beyonce out there.
That's the situation, yeah. Jay-Z gonna show up, yes.
Oh, man.
Which
Wow.
one?
Okay.
It ain't.
We've learned so
Hallie.
much.
Hallie ain't leaving at all.
Well, because I know Hallie, Hallie had to go.
Because you know her?
Yeah, I know her.
Oh, so you, okay. Well, I know one thing, Denzel and Idris aren't going anywhere.
Ever.
In life.
Get rid of the
When they die and come back,
They're still in the list. They're still.
No, I'm not. I didn't pick them because of flyness. I just, because I know Hallie. And for anybody thinking, I don't know her like that. But I just know her.
Okay.
No, I don't know her like that at all.
All right.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hey, everybody. We know there are a ton of podcasts out there. Well, we have one we would love for you to check out. It is called the Pen Pals Podcast with Daniel Van Kirk and Rory Scovel. We are both stand-up comedians. We're actors. We're writers. But now, most of all, we are your pen pals.
Every single episode, we get 2 letters that we read from our listeners, our new pen pals. It can be about anything going on in their life, and sometimes we're also joined by guests like Will Ferrell.
I'm going to bring you up in front of the group, and I'm going to punch you as hard as I can in the stomach.
Rose Byrne.
This is West Hollywood. We keep it clean.
Judd Apatow.
If you use like Beats by Dre, is that considered handyman work?
Conan O'Brien.
I'm just showing you that my mind is quick, if not that funny.
And Mandy Moore.
We're all crossing the line together.
Listen to the Pen Pals Podcast on Will Ferrell's Big Money Players Network, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sincerely, your new pen pals, Daniel Van Kirk
and Rory Scovel.
On the best podcast ever with Raven and Miranda, you'll hear, well, the best podcast ever. Join Raven Simone and her partner Miranda Mayday as they let the Wheel of Words determine the topic of that week's show.
Every episode will spin a wheel of random words, from things like animosity to something like zodiac, and whatever it lands on, that's what we're going to talk about for around an hour.
Think we can't do it? Well, then you've never heard us talk.
Each week, Raven and Miranda and celebrity guests like Demi Lovato, Kiki Palmer, and Meghan Trainor will spin the fateful wheel, and then the conversation will begin.
Also, we're going to have a ton of amazing guests, because you don't want to just hear us two all the time, do you? Yes, you do. And somehow we're going to start with something like Spider and end with, well, when was your last nervous breakdown?
Listen to the best podcast ever with Raven and Miranda on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
It is time now to check Steve's voicemail. And listen, if you want to leave a voicemail yourself for Steve, call him 877-29-STEVE, 877-29-STEVE. Let's go to this caller. Just left a message for you, Steve.
What's up, Steve, Harvey, and crew? Man, turn the radio down. Y'all can't be playing that thing this early in the morning, man. Y'all have me late for work. Old lady heard that song, come out the bathroom, slow dancing, and then, well, we'll leave it at that. But yeah, y'all had me late for work this morning. Just want y'all to know that. Keep up the good work. Y'all have a good day.
Yeah, you're absolutely welcome, sir. You're absolutely welcome. We're going to try to get you again one morning later on this week. Thank you for calling.
Goodness.
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
That's what we do.
That's what we do, Shirley.
This one's from Jasmine from Detroit. Jasmine needs some parenting advice, Steve.
Hi, Uncle Steve. This is Jasmine from Detroit. I was calling because I wanted to get some advice from you. I'm 34. I'm a single mom. I've been single for almost 10 years now. I am divorced. And I know you talk a lot about how men should be fathers and how women shouldn't hold their kids away from the fathers for, trivial things. In my case, I'm not a mom that keeps my son away from his father. His father just doesn't want to do right. My son is 14 years old. I want to know, what would you say for single moms that don't have a support system and don't have fathers in their lives or males in their lives that can influence their sons? What advice would you give to us? And also, I would like to ask, would you be writing a book on single moms raising sons by themselves? Okay, thank you.
Listen, as far as the boy goes, you have to get him in some type of program, whether it's sports, scouts, 100 Black Men, Boys and Girls Club, because you have to get him in a position where mentoring is occurring. Also, I would attempt to call the father and say, listen, he really needs you. He's going through it. Your absenteeism in his life is hurting him at this point. And I'm not going to get in the way, but I just really need you to spend some time with your son, because I don't know how to turn him into a man, and you do, and he really needs that. I would really appreciate the help from you. I won't bother you with anything if you would just spend some time. You got to try that at least. I know that's maybe uncomfortable for you, because I don't know how you all got away from each other, what's caused the breakup or the separation, but when it comes to for the children, you have to make some uncomfortable decisions sometimes and do some things that's uncomfortable. Now, he ain't gonna tie to sleeping with you again. Not that uncomfortable, but I mean, look, having a conversation with your ex is worth a try. But other than that, the programs that are out there, sports, scouting, Boys and Girls Club, 100 Black Men have wonderful mentoring programs.
Mm-hmm.
She
Steve
also
Harvey
asked, if you were going to write a book.
No.
Mm-hmm.
About this. No?
No, I won't be writing a book about that.
No?
No. There's too much cussing to be in that book, so.
Can't do it. Well, you can cuss in a book, just not on the radio.
No. Stop this.
These lines you're going to be using in the book?
Yeah, no.
Lines you're going to be using. Things you can tell your children.
Because it just ticks me off a bit, too, because I need for brothers. I need men out there to just, look, man, I know how I can be sometime. I've had ex with kids. It can be a whole bunch of challenges, but you got to fight through them.
Yeah.
Because your job as the dad, I'm going to tell you right now, when I learned it, God does not release you from that responsibility, fellas. Mm-hmm. He just don't. He don't ever let you off the hook. Because whatever excuse you got, it ain't going to do it. Because you're the father. So it's your job to be the dad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Great advice, Jasmine. Really all right. Thank you, Steve.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right. We have a little time to kill here, Steve. This game is so hot today that we've been playing One Got to Go.
All day long. One got to go.
Jay came up with this.
I got one.
Tommy, you got
Let
one?
me try.
What you got?
Let me try. Here we go. Tupac, Snoop, Ice Cube, Jay-Z.
Ooh.
Jay-Z got to go.
What?
Jay-Z got to go. I mean, Jay-Z got to go.
No.
Tupac, who? Snoop.
Tupac, Snoop Dogg,
Ice Cube,
Jay-Z.
Snoop Dogg's not going no damn well,
Hey,
okay?
we know that's your boy.
He's not
That's
leaving.
me too. I love Snoop.
Yeah, he's not leaving.
And Monica will kill us all if we take out Cube.
Yeah.
Monica ain't in this, though.
Yeah, okay. So
Who are they now, Tommy? Read them again.
Pac,
Tupac,
Snoop
Dogg, Ice
Jay-Z.
Cube, Jay-Z.
See,
Okay, here's how I pick one, because who could I normally most hang out with? There's no way I'm going to hang out with Jay-Z. It's no way.
No.
Snoop, possibly. It's a good possible. Cube.
what you got,
yes.
Steve? Who you got?
Yeah, who you got, Steve?
That's too hard. That one's too hard.
That's a
hard.
tough one. That's
a good one, though.
Tommy.
Pac is the only one I really didn't know. I know these other brothers, man.
I met.
But in terms of
Pac
rap,
is a beast.
oh no, Pac is.
Pac was a movement. He was more
Yeah.
than just a rapper.
And I met him.
So he
That's
has
so cool.
to stay.
He has
I'm
to
gonna
stay. Yeah.
I'm
Jay
gonna plead
has
the
to-
fifth.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one, yeah.
Snoop might have
All right, we can't decide on that one, Tommy. That was too good. All right, more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up, and some trending news at 33 minutes after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, here we go. Time for Would You Rather. Would you rather jump rope naked
B.
or wear a helmet during sex?
B.
I'm gonna vote B.
Put this helmet on. Strapping up.
That jump rope away you at, man. You just all over the place now.
Yeah. And when you miss naked,
Yeah.
when you miss, you're gonna have wet marks on your leg. And I can't take the up and down. That's too much banging.
And when you get it caught up in that rope, that's tangle. That's entanglement. That's entanglement.
But I'm a faint though, because I can't slam into my thighs 10 times and still be conscious. I can't do it.
No way in the world.
There's just no way.
There's gonna be some short rope jumping.
Back.
Steve fell. Steve ain't fell. Steve unconscious.
Putting his helmet on. It's gonna look like I'm going bike riding, but I'm not.
All right. Would you rather wink at every woman you see or bark at every woman you see? So what are we doing? Are we winking or are we barking?
All right, wait, whatever you like your attention.
You're gonna wear your eyes out winking. That's just you're gonna be sleeping after a while.
Just barking.
Yeah, just I'm
winking. I'm gonna tell you right now, that bark is gonna get on your nerves. Hello. It's gonna get on your nerves. All that barking gets on your nerves. I've been around the bros before and just went, man, I got to go home. This is too much.
Too much.
Damn, but I can't do it no more. Dog team. Yeah, man.
You don't bark no more.
Then you got the new young bros, you know who they are. Yeah, okay. You got them old bros that make you give it to them.
So you guys want to wink. Would you rather bathe in pickle juice or would you rather bathe in warm hot dog water?
Yeah. That pickle juice can't get up in there. No,
that pickle juice gonna create a problem. That pickle juice can't touch now one of them openings, fellas.
Yeah.
No.
I'm saying.
But hot dog water can?
Hot dog water.
It's just warm water.
Yeah, ain't no vinegar in that. I want that hot dog water.
Yeah. My brothers, let me tell you what my brothers used to do. They was some honored ass dudes. They would eat all the hot dogs and pour the hot water juice in a bowl with some crackers and tell them that was soup.
You did that to me. Don't be talking about nobody else. You did
that.
Well,
I had to learn it from somewhere. I thought it was a good thing to pass on.
Yeah. Family tradition.
You know how many times I ate that thinking I had some damn soup? I really did. I swear. Years.
I told him
today's round of Would You Rather, guys. All right. We'll be back in 49 minutes after with our last break of the day and, of course, with some closing remarks from the one and only Steve Harvey right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hey, everybody. We know there are a ton of podcasts out there. Well, we have one we would love for you to check out. It is called the Pen Pals Podcast with Daniel Van Kirk and Rory Scovel. We are both stand-up comedians. We're actors. We're writers. But now, most of all, we are your pen pals.
Every single episode, we get 2 letters that we read from our listeners, our new pen pals. It can be about anything going on in their life, and sometimes we're also joined by guests like Will Ferrell.
I'm going to bring you up in front of the group, and I'm going to punch you as hard as I can in the stomach.
Rose Byrne.
This is West Hollywood. We keep it clean.
Judd Apatow.
If you use like Beats by Dre, is that considered handyman work?
Conan O'Brien.
I'm just showing you that my mind is quick, if not that funny.
And Mandy Moore.
We're all crossing the line together.
Listen to the Pen Pals Podcast on Will Ferrell's Big Money Players Network, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sincerely, your new pen pals, Daniel Van Kirk
and Rory Scovel.
All right, here we are, guys, our last break of the day. And Steve, you have some closing remarks.
You know what? I'm just on this tip right now because I want to just remind people, really focus on yourself. And I'm not meaning to the point where you don't consider other people. That's not what I'm saying. But in order to be successful, I really want you to focus on yourself. Because in order to get you to the next level, nobody should know you better than yourself. And the best way to know yourself is to be true to yourself. Do the things that feel right to you. Do the things that motivate you. Do the things that put you in a better position. Do the things that you know in your heart are right. If it don't feel right, it's probably because it's not. If what you are doing is at the expense or the cost of somebody else, you're going to have to pay for that. Because that's not how it's done. You don't have to use anybody to get to where you're trying to go in life, especially if it's in the same place God has for you. God don't need no help. God don't need you using nobody, stepping on nobody, abusing nobody. He doesn't need that help. So if you are doing something and you know it's wrong, you have to pull yourself up. Pull yourself together. Now listen to me. When you make a mistake, and you will, and you get it wrong, and you will, get up and go again. Get up and go again. You have to keep moving forward. God is not looking for your perfection. He is only looking for your persistence. You are not going to be perfect. I don't care how hard you try. That's what grace and forgiveness and mercy is all about. Because he implemented a system where he knew that we were going to fail. So laying in it, it's okay. You made a mistake. It's no big deal. Everybody makes them. But know yourself and know what you do. If you don't really care to drink, nothing says you have to drink. If you're the person that really ain't into weed, just cause it's legal don't mean you got to do it. Alcohol's legal. Cigarettes is legal. But if it's not for you, it's not for you. Know yourself. And lock in, after you know yourself, lock in on your purpose. You know, I say this all the time. The two greatest days of your life are the day you're born and the day you discover why. But listen to me, man. That why is critical. That why is your purpose. That why is your meaning, your service. That why is everything. You've got to lock in on your purpose and stay there and stop allowing everything to sidetrack you. So many people, man, we are so easily distracted in this world because the distractions are everywhere. But you got to get tuned into your purpose. Why are you on this earth? Are you really on this earth to live the way you live it? I mean, you have to just come to that. I had to just sit myself down one day and go, Steve Harvey, are you really in this world to live the way you live it? Do you think that God took all this time, bring you through all the stuff he brought you through for you to act like this? For you to continue living like this? And when I had that honest conversation with myself, the answer was no. And so I had to start pulling it together. But I couldn't pull it together by myself. I had to ask God for some help. You know, why would I not go to God for the help? He's my creator. If you're driving a car and you got a car and your car break down, there's an owner's manual in the glove compartment. And you know why it's there? Because it helps you troubleshoot what's wrong with the car. Now, if you're driving a Toyota, that manual that you're looking for in the glove compartment is going to be a Toyota manual specific to the type of car that you're driving. That way you know exactly how to fix what's wrong. So when something is wrong with you, you have an owner's manual. It's your Bible, it's your Quran, it's your tarot, it's whatever you read for your religious faith. You have an owner's manual that specifically can fix your ailment, and it comes in chapters and verses. I don't care what's wrong with you. There is an answer in those pages. And if you don't have the book, all you got to do is ask God for help. But you have got to get tuned into your purpose. And when you make mistakes and you fall, it doesn't mean it's over. I have fallen thousands of times. But the blessing that I have, that God has given me, is I have the will, the desire, and the faith to get back up over and over and over again. And you can do it too. You have that same thing in you. In order to get up, you simply have to look up. Every time I fall, I look to my Heavenly Father, and He gives me the strength to go on to tomorrow. And you got it. All you got to do is get home, go to sleep, wake up, and go again. Come on, y'all. This is the year. You can change a lot of things. It's going to take some effort on your part, but you can do it. It just takes some faith. Now, faith without works is dead. You got to get busy. Stay true to yourself identify your purpose, and stop getting distracted. Let's go. My closing remarks. Y'all have a great day. All right. Talk to God. He'd love to hear from you.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hey everybody, are you ready for a brand new podcast that you had no idea existed? I'm Rory Scovel.
And I'm Daniel Van Kirk, and it's the Pen Pals podcast. Maybe you've had a pen pal before. Well, you have two of them right now. You send us your letters about anything going on in your life. Got a mean grandma? Need a new haircut? Whatever it is, send it to us. And we have guests like Will Ferrell, Andy Samberg, Rose Byrne, Brett Goldstein, and Mandy Moore.
Listen to the Pen Pals podcast on Will Ferrell's Big Money Players Network on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
On the best podcast ever with Raven and Miranda, join Raven Simone and her partner Miranda Mayday as they and celebrity guests like Demi Lovato and Meghan Trainor engage in unusual conversations.
Every episode will spin a wheel of random words from things like animosity to something like zodiac, and whatever it lands on, that's what we're going to talk about for around an hour.
Think we can't do it? Well, then you've never heard us talk.
Listen to the best podcast ever with Raven and Miranda on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Bachelor Happy Hour, the one and only official Bachelor Nation podcast, is back. Go behind the scenes with your hosts, Bachelor in Paradise Season 7 newlyweds Joe Amabile and Serena Pitt, for real stories about what happens in Bachelor Mansion.
Here on Bachelor Happy Hour, we'll be putting all the guys in the hot seat. We'll have exclusive interviews. We'll be the first to talk to the men. We're going to bring the drama into the house and leave probably brokenhearted.
Listen to Bachelor Happy Hour on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Deep in the mountains of Greece, the country's most wanted man has been on the run for over a decade. He's a bank robber.
We hear a barrage of shots.
A kidnapper. But to many Greeks, he's a hero. His name is Vasilis Paliokostas, and we're on the trail of the man behind the myth. A modern-day Robin Hood who steals from the rich and gives to the poor. I'm Miles Gray. Listen to The Good Thief on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.